Hello and welcome to the second scenario of the Dunwich Legacy with Jacqueline and Nathaniel Cho. Today we are doing extracurricular activities, and before we begin, we'll just take a look at the deck upgrades and draw our hands. We have to remember to have 2 trauma from our 2 arcane researchers. For Jacqueline, I used the points to upgrade spells with on water protection. So that's spent up from there. And then I spent the remaining 6 experience on the second water protection and 2 rites of seeking. And the main difference here is that we are getting a +2 instead of nothing. So that's going to be a little bit more stable for it's going to be easier to do our tests. And for Nathaniel, I spent his 6 experience points on getting the upgraded boxing gloves. They are +2 fights, so we're fighting at 7 when we have them, and we can search the top 9 cards for spirit events, which is going to be nice. So let's see. Let's draw some hands. It's going well. Let's see. I'm going to throw out this, which I'm probably going to replace at some point. I don't think I need it with the build I'm going for. Let's throw out this, and let's take 2 more cards. Oh, that's a decent hand. And for Nathaniel, we didn't shuffle. No, we didn't shuffle. So we shuffle again and draw the entire deck. So what I'm mainly looking for is... I actually think this is okay. Let's draw 2 more. Yeah, I think this is going to be okay. We can use Iris Randall to get our weapon, so that's fine. Okay. Let's do the setup. So we put these out, and let's see what we have to do. Dr. Armitage is worried his colleague, Professor Warren Rice, might be in trouble. He asks for your help in finding his friend. He seems unreasonably nervous about his colleague's disappearance, considering Professor Rice has only been missing for matters of hours. We gather all the cards. We have to use the hours late for the faculty office, and the rest isn't. Yeah, the rest is, there isn't anything special here. We start at the quad. Let's see what it says. A too early winter has stripped the trees bare. Their dead branches whistle as a sharp cold wind cuts across the empty quad. And source 3, no clues, and we can resign here. And up here, quiet halls. You have arrived at the Miskatonic University campus in search of Professor Warren Rice. Classes are over, and a mysterious silence hangs in the air over the quad. And we have a 7 doom threshold. And Professor Rice was last seen several hours ago by one of Armitage's students in the Humanity buildings, and we need 6 clues. Skull is a -1, and it gets worse if we have discarded. And if we fail with discard, part of our... we discard the top of a deck. And the cultist is -1 and gets worse the more we have discarded, and we don't have an elder thing, because we did not cheat. Let's ensure that this is shuffled, and let's just ensure that this one goes back. Okay. So Let's see. Let's see what we want to do. Probably going to be sticking together. And I think Jacqueline is going to do a setup turn here. So let's play Voice of Ra as the first one. So we reveal 3 tokens. We'll do like this and reveal 5 tokens instead. And we'll do it on the last ones. We can only cancel. Yeah. So we'll just cancel these 2s. And we get 2 resources for each of these symbols. So we'll get 9 resources in all. Then we'll play the Robes of Endless Night. It's a second action. And then we'll exhaust this. And play 6 cents for 1 resource less. So for 2 instead of 3. And that's our 3 actions. And for Nathaniel, we're going to play Randall. He could use us to heal some life later, but I find that it's never really his health that's the problem. The sanity soak is more important. And then we'll search our deck for a weapon asset, and we have exactly 2 weapon assets in the deck. Here, it's a pair of boxing gloves. Then we shuffle the deck. That's 1 action. And then for the second action, we'll pay 2 more to play those. And then I think we'll grab a card for the... yeah, we did it, so for last action. So just some setup for fighting. That should be good. There are no enemies, so we can just do our upkeep. It's a weakness. Better earlier than late. And upkeep here. Yeah, well then, after we shuffle, we get the second pair of boxing gloves. They take up 2 hand slots, so we can't have anything else out when we use them. We'll add a Doom. Still 7. We just ensure we'll grab a encounter card. So we can't really do anything but say okay. It has search, so we'll have to draw 1 more. And put this on here. I'll say what it does in a second. This card will stay in our the trade area. If we ever have 0 cards in our deck, we have to discard this and deal ourselves 10 damage. Which hopefully isn't going to happen. And this one is attached to location, and to move in or out, you have to do a head test of 4. And if you can't, you have to discard the top cards of your deck. So this will be... Jacqueline has to deal with this. And... well, the deck is treating us to a nice day today. We have to choose and shuffle a non-story asset we control. Well, it's a good way to get him back in the deck. And discard 3 cards. He wasn't among them, but if he had been, we would have taken 2 horror. Did we discard anything important? Not that important. Nathaniel is quite heavy-handed by himself. With that done, I think we have to take a trip around here. We probably have to go to the Humanity building, so we have to leave here first. So let's spend 2 resources to play the Crystal Pendulum, to bring our head to 6. And when we do a test, we can use this to guess what we are succeeding or failing by, and draw a card if we're right about it. So let's say I want to leave and go to the Humanity buildings. This is actually a very big problem. I really don't want to discard those cards. I might wait a turn and hope to get this away, but it's also risky not to deal with it. Let's play this. I think it's a sure bet we couldn't need that. And let's draw a card. And let's just play that. We have to test head 5. And we have head 6. We are succeeding or failing by 1. So we are at 6. So we are failing by 1, which means that I don't actually know the right. So we discard 1 card and draw 1. 1 for each. This goes to the victory display, and this goes away. And then we draw 5 tokens and cancel 2 of them. Actually, we draw 7 tokens. And none of them are what we want, so that is annoying. And Nathaniel can't leave. So let's just play the keen training and get 2 resources. We'll upkeep. Guts. And the guts. Which will help break this. We get a Doom. We'll draw a card. We take 2 horror. So we have to place Doom on the agenda if we do this, or we take 2 horror. I can deal with the horror. It's the damage that's going to kill us. And a locked door at the location with the most clues, which is here. Okay. So to get out, we have to pass a test of 4, and we have 6, and we have 8. We'll draw 1 token. It's not the auto fail, which is the only one that we would break on. The guts make us draw a card if we succeed. It goes to the discard pile. This is discarded, and we'll go to the humanity buildings. And we're not going to stay here because I forgot everything about this card. We're not afraid of the encounter deck. Let's grab 2 clues and draw one of these cards. So this will just be discarded, and we get an Ancient Evil, a Beauty, and 2. Ancient Evil is in fact one of the worst ones because we basically lose 6 actions on it. Let's see, with that done, I think we're going to go to the library, where there are 2 clues and a victory point, but it costs one additional. We should have saved the other one. Well, we got some clues, and we just need 6. And Nathaniel is going to do some exploration. He's going to go to the administration office. Is there any of these where we have to put cards into play? No, it's only this. So here we have to put the faculty office into play. We can't enter this without a key. It's locked. So 1 action, and then let's go down here, 2 actions. We might be able to get some clues from here with Nathaniel. No enemies, so let's upkeep. 7 cards. Let's get a Doom. We got 4 of 7. Oh, a bad card. What are we shuffling back? What are we shuffling back? I think it's going to be the ropes. Discard 1, 2, 3. Nothing happens. Besides getting a lot closer to dying. And over here, it's a trowel. Oh, that's no problem for me, so that's okay. It spawns at the location with the most clues, which would be anyone we choose, so yes, it can be here. It could also be here, and we could use it more wisely. Yeah, let's do that. Maybe we get a scene of the crime and can walk over there to do some fun stuff. So it's us. Let's play Olive. So she's also helping us. When we reveal a token, we can reveal 3 instead of 1, and then we choose 2 to resolve and 1 to ignore. So it kind of works with her ability too. We can use it at this to get a lot. So basically we can get 8 tokens. Yeah, we can get a lot of tokens out. Play her. We'll do an investigate. It's... Yeah, and we're stupid. We're running on the wrong chaos bag. It has to be on the standard. So remove some of these, which might have made things a little bit harder for us. So we're just going to let it be as this. So let's try again. A -1, which is enough to grab a clue for 2 actions. Okay. So we're at what? 5 clues? 3 clues. Nathaniel, he's going to do his best down here just to get some clues. A -1, that's enough to get 1 clue, and there's 1 more. That is also a -1. So that's enough to get the 2nd clue. Look at him being a cluer. There's nothing to heal. So let's go up here to be ready. We forgot to do this, so let's just do it. So we reveal the first 3 tokens. Then we exhaust her. And instead of 1, or actually, we reveal 5 tokens. Then we reveal 2 more. But on the last one, we reveal 3 instead. Oh. There's nothing there to come for. We'll do upkeep. We have 8 cards. We'll put on a Doom. We'll draw a card. That's annoying. It's a Doom, and we don't have anything to cancel it with. And here, that is bad. That means Jacqueline has to come back and help with this. But she could, yeah, she can do that. That's okay. Gotta be okay. So we'll start by trying to get that clue. It was 6 to 3. That's a -1. So we'll grab this at a victory point. Costs us 2. We'll try to move in here. Add a guts, what we got before. So we are at 8 to 4. We succeed. We free Nathaniel from his prison here. And then we'll draw 3 tokens. And then we'll use, with Jacqueline's power, we'll draw 5 tokens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then for the last one, we'll draw 3 more. And there it is, and we can keep that. It was very complicated to get that out. Okay. Nathaniel. We have 6 clues. We got 2 from there, 2 from there. Let's just advance this. We have to shuffle. You were unable to find Professor Rice, but one of his students spoke about a strange man entering Rice's office. Unfortunately, the door leading to the faculty's office is locked at this late hour. The student says that the head janitor, Jazz, might be able to help you if you can find him. So we have to shuffle him into the encounter pile. Here he is. And with him. And we also shuffle this. And now we're concerned about Rice's safety. You seek the head janitor to get into the locked parts of campus. And now we can spend a clue to discard the top 5 cards for. So that's going to be a new thing. Let's take. Is this going? I don't recall if this is a good idea or not. But let's send Nathaniel here. We spawn the where is it? Here. We spawn the alchemy labs over there. They're also locked as one action. We're going to be having to discarding cards soon. Let's just. Do we have any books hidden away? I know I have a few. I would like to keep that. Let's try a test. It's a -1, so we shouldn't have tried that test because that means we have to discard the top 3 cards of a deck. Well, that ain't bad. That's actually good. And then we'll move out here because I can't really remember what's going to happen now when this ticks. Oh. So we'll do our upkeep. Get a Rite of Seeking. It's probably not that important right now. We'll get a Guts. I think we're going to discard. What's the most useless thing we got here? We can use this. We can also use this. It might be one of the guts. It might not be wise, but I'm a bit greedy about the attacks. We'll get a Doom. This will trigger. The university is dead silent. The shadows coil about your feet as you walk, and you swear that there's something following you with each step you take. Is it just your imagination, or is there really someone or something stalking you? If you have more than 5 cards, you take 1 horror. If you have more than 10 cards in your discard pile, you take 2 horror instead. 9, 7. So it's more than 5. So it's 1 horror each. We got a soak here. We don't got a soak here. Since we already did the house always wins, we have to go directly to 2B. Which says, a cry of fear echoes through the campus and several students flee from the eastern side of the university where the science building can be found. Could this commotion be linked to Professor Rice's disappearance? We will put the dormitories into play. We don't play. We spawn the experiment at the science building. And I actually think we're going to try to kill the experiment. But first we'll do it. Search. Dormitories are here. Here. The dormitory goes down here. They're connected to the student union. This spawns here. So it has 13 life. It's fight 4. And it's just a big guy who deals a lot of damage. But we should be able to handle it. We got stuff that can deal with it. We just need to deal it like we can shrivel it for 4 damage, and we can hit it for 5 damage and hit it back. So I think it's doable, and none of us are that damaged that we can't take it. So that's probably going to be the plan. This resets. And some kind of white creature is on the loose. Whatever it is appears to be headed towards the university dormitories. So every time 2 dooms come on, it's going to move. Every time we get 2 doom, it's going to move 1 space further. We are going to take a card. Okay, all damage is direct. And we put it on the agenda because it's going to flip quickest. Yeah, this actually might be good. So we get to draw 2 cards and place 2 doom on the agenda. Because if we do that, then this disappears. And this will move 1 space towards us, which will get us 1 more turn to beat it. We don't have to move to it. And we draw 2 cards, and those 2 cards could be fight even better. And we kind of have to just use everything this round. We have a dodge, which is going to be really handy. So let's get wagging. We don't have. Well, we have okay time. We're not running out of cards yet. So first of all, we are going to be shriveling the experiment. It's because it's massive. It always counters being engaged with all of us to one of the threat areas. So let's see if we can blast it a bit. So 1 shriveling. That's going to be 6 against 4. It's going to be 7 against 4. So we hit. And we deal it. I just think I'm going to add 2 damage tokens to begin with. Okay. Let's shrivel again. 6 to 4. That's a -1, so we hit it again. So let's add 2 damage to this one. We got 4. And then let's shrivel again, using our power. So we draw 3. And well, I think we pick a skull, so we should have taken a horror damage from that because of the shriveling. We're just going to use the -2, which is good enough, and deal 2 damage more. So we had 5. So we had 6 damage now. So that's the max damage he could deal to it. And he can survive being hit once because he also has Olive. And over here, let's see how are we going to punch this thing. So we are at 7 right now. So let's play 2 punch to begin with for 2 resources. Then we get +1, so we are at 8 to 4, which means it's only the auto fail that's a fail. And we hit it. Yeah, we do. That's 1 damage, and we'll just spend this to deal 2. So we're at 7. And then we get to attack again. But a +1 more, so it's still just the auto fail, and we hit. And this goes away, and the second hit also deals 2 damage. We go to 9. So we are at 10 damage. That's the first action. So we actually just need to deal 3 more damage. So let's play a monster hunter now. And spend 2 resources. No, right now we fight at 7, we fight at 8. So we spend 1 resource and fight at 8 again, and we hit it. And deal it 2 damage. So we're at 12. And for our last trick, we're just going to throw this into the fight. So we have enough. So anything but the auto fail. It isn't an auto fail. Brings this to 4. And we dealt it 7 +3 +3 damage. So it's going to die. And when it dies, we have to take a specific. We have to go to. We have to advance to Act 3B. The monstrous creature lets out a terrible shriek as it succumbs to its wound and collapses onto the ground. A foul odor emanates from the corpse as its flesh begins to bubble and froth. Your relief turns to disgust as the body begins to shrink and disintegrate. Minutes later, the body has almost entirely evaporated into a sticky mass, and the awful odor has vanished. Inside the remnants of the creature's body, you can find a set of bones, the skeletal structures of a canine. And we go to R3. After defeating the strange and terrifying creature from the Department of Alchemy, you rush to the faculty to find Professor Rice, but by the time you're there, there's no sign of him anywhere. We have to record that he's kidnapped. We have to record that the experiment was defeated. We get a sad 3. Actually, we get 4 experience points. For us, I wonder if these have experience points on them. There would be one down here, but you can't get both. Well, we could. Yeah, so we could have gotten 1 experience points more. We get 4 experience points, and then we go directly to Armitage Fate. So let's just do this at the same time. It's here. So we're not unconscious, so we have to skip to 2. When you arrive at Dr. Armitage's home in the south side, we find him sitting at his desk, pale-faced and sweating with worry. He is grateful to you for searching for his colleagues, but he doesn't look relieved. With a long pause, he straightens his glasses and explains, "I'm afraid I must apologize. There's something I didn't mention to you earlier." Dr. Armitage then spins a tale you would scarcely believe had it not been for the harrowing experience earlier that night. Which is basically the Dunwich horror story by Lovecraft. And we rescued Dr. Armitage, and we can add him to a deck. And I think I'm going to add him to Nathaniel's deck to be a soak because he doesn't have that much. He can't take that much horror damage. That's 2 more soaking. And with that done, I'll see you for the next scenario, which will be the Miskatonic Museum. Have a good day.